Well, I will leave that up to you to interpret what those engravings mean. I think the clearest one that says "catch fascist," there's not, and by the way, that's like catch like a ball, catch this. That's I think that speaks for itself.
Governor, you indicated that he had been communicating.
We talked about this level of hatred that was personally expressed. Beyond that, is there anything in your view that you discovered that may have radicalized or changed him to prompt him to commit such a horrific?
There's nothing more that we can share at this time.
Governor, you indicated that he had been communicating with a friend on Discord about the gun. Do you anticipate any more arrests?
We do not at this time have any information that would lead to any additional arrests.
You believe he acted alone?
Yes, but the investigation is ongoing.
How he came into custody of police and where he is right now?
Yes, so right now, Mr. Robinson has been booked into the Utah County Jail. You heard the president this morning report that he was taken into custody, that his family and a friend helped to deliver him into custody of law enforcement in Washington County. For those of you that don't know where Washington County is, it is the southwesternmost part of the state of Utah. It's about a 3.5 to 4 hour drive from here, where we are right now, and that's where he lived and where they turned him in. Please, I'll go here.
About the family is saying.
I can't share any more than what I've already shared. Yeah. So how we obtained the gun? The gun was found here. So I don't have much more details on that. We do know that he drove. We had his car here on campus, and then we had his car going south back to the St. George. It's actually the city of Washington in Washington County.
Is he talking with authorities, and did he discuss a load?
I'm sorry? We don't have any information that would lead us to believe that. Yes, in fact, it was just released. Yes.
Is he talking with authorities, and did he discuss a motive?
I can't answer that right now. Yeah, thank you. Over here.
Very eloquently about trying to reunite this country. Do you feel this is a watershed in American history?
I absolutely believe that this is a watershed in American history, yes. The question is what kind of watershed? And that chapter remains to be written. Is this the end of a dark chapter in our history or the beginning of a darker chapter in our history? Look, I mean, if you look at true political assassinations in this country of someone of this stature, this feels a lot like the late 60s. And having one so gruesomely displayed on camera in all of our hands and in all of our pockets, we are not wired as human beings, biologically, historically. We have not evolved in a way that we are capable of processing those types of violent imagery. And by the way, we've seen another one with a gruesome stabbing very recently that went viral. This is not good for us. It is not good to consume. Social media is a cancer on our society right now. And I would encourage people to log off, turn off, touch grass, hug a family member, go out and do good in your community. That is happening, and it's happening organically right now. I had a friend in a small city in Utah who said, we're getting together, the Republicans and Democrats in my little town are getting together to have a discussion last night, just to find a way to find their better angels. So yes, this could be, I mean, again, you have to go back to JFK to have seen a video live of something like this happening. I wasn't born until 1975, but I know that things were really dark in the late 60s. Sorry to some of you. I know some of you were there. But this is our moment. Do we escalate, or do we find an off-ramp? And again, it's a choice. It's a choice, and every one of us gets to make that choice. Two more questions right here.
Could we clarify that the release of those enhanced images at 8 p.m., the timeline that Director Patel gave us, led to the arrest at 10 p.m.? Is there a direct connection between those two events?
I cannot comment if there is a direct connection or not, but all I can say is that that through some process, the family came to know that this had happened.
One more thing, Governor. Could you just clarify the clothing issue you mentioned earlier? Was he changing outfits?
Correct. Yes. So when he's first spotted on campus, he has different clothing on, and then he changes clothing on the roof, and then changed back into that clothing at some point, so that when he was apprehended, when he was arrested, the clothing matched the clothing he had on before the shooting here at UVU. Last question here. Yes.
Suspect was from Utah. Can you kind of tell us a little bit more about where, and was he a student here at this university, and is there any history of mental illness?
Yeah. So. I don't have any information on the mental illness part. He was not a student here at UVU. He was living and had lived for a long time with his family in Washington County, in the southernmost part of our state. Thank you, everyone, for your great work in getting this information out. I just say, process-wise, this may be important. I know many of you aren't familiar with the process in Utah. I think it's important that you understand that. Basically, we have 3 days for charging documents to be filed. A CI will be filed. We'll have more information then, more detailed information as those charging documents are filed in preparation for a preliminary hearing. So 3 days. So we would anticipate then that early next week those charging documents will be filed. We will obviously be working. The county attorney will be working very closely with Mr. Kirk's family as those documents and decisions are prepared and made. Thanks, everyone.
We are listening there to authorities in Utah now confirming a suspect is in custody in the shooting death of conservative activist Charlie Kirk. That was Republican Governor Spencer Cox saying blatantly, "We got him," at the very top of that press conference, identifying the suspect as Tyler Robinson. They haven't revealed his age, but yesterday they said they were looking for someone college-aged, and now they're saying that Robinson was brought to their attention by a family member, that a family member contacted a family friend with implications that Robinson had been involved in this shooting, and that family friend then contacted law enforcement. And now they're saying they have evidence showing Robinson arrived on campus at Utah Valley University at 8:29 in the morning. At some point, he changed clothes. Investigators are saying he executed that shooting and then changed again after leaving campus. Now they have spoken to not only his family, but also someone they identify as his roommate. And they are talking more about some messaging on those bullet casings, including a message that say, "Hey, fascist, catch." And now we are getting in that suspect is 22 years old. I want to go over to our chief national correspondent, Matt Gutman, who's there at Utah Valley University in Utah. And Matt, I want to start with these conversations that law enforcement say they have already had with this suspect's family and roommate.
It seems they've done a lot of work just over the past 12 hours, Diane. And I think one of the important things to note for the public is that the governor of Utah, Spencer Cox, said there is no ongoing threat to the public. They believe that this man acted alone without accomplices, so no ongoing threat to the public. And one of those things that you just mentioned, they contacted this roommate. The roommate allegedly showed them messages from Discord, that's a social messaging app, from the suspect, in which he indicated that he had left a rifle of the same description with the scope wrapped in a towel in bushes not far from campus, exactly as authorities had found them, apparently asking the roommate to help him hide it. That interesting note about him coming to campus hours before Charlie Kirk took the stage, about 4 hours before, scoping out the campus and then changing on top of the roof into those dark clothes before taking that shot. And as that video we've seen for the past 8 or 12 hours, then scampering across the roof, dropping down to the ground on campus, and then sort of jogging and then walking off and melting into the neighborhood nearby, and then changing back into the clothes. And again, both Kash Patel, the FBI director, and Utah Governor Spencer Cox thanking the public for their help. Apparently, it was a family member who saw something, who discussed it with Tyler Robinson and convinced him somehow to turn himself in. Apparently, there was some give and take, but eventually Tyler Robinson turned himself into authorities, U.S. Marshals, very late last night.